Breaking news. British seniors are about to receive hundreds or even thousands this week. Are you on the list? Stop scrolling, because if you receive the state pension, universal credit, disability benefits, winter fuel payments, or you rely on a blue badge to stay mobile, what I'm about to explain could mean extra money, continued access, or serious disruption if you miss one small but crucial detail. This is not speculation. This is a live DWP and local authority update heading into 2026, and most people won't realize how much is quietly changing until a payment is delayed, a badge is reviewed, or a letter lands on the doormat asking for proof they no longer have. Breaking news: the Department for Work and Pensions and councils across England are tightening how entitlement is checked, renewed, and verified, especially around disability-related support like the Blue Badge, while HMRC and DWP payment systems are being increasingly cross-checked. And here's the part that should make every pensioner and benefit claimant sit up. Nothing is being taken automatically, but everything now depends on whether your records are accurate, up to date, and correctly linked. Miss one update, one form, one eligibility check, and support you've relied on for years can be paused or reassessed without warning. Let's start with the headline that's grabbing attention in 2026. Blue Badge rules are changing, not in the sense that millions are losing them overnight, but in how eligibility is reviewed, how evidence is verified, and how renewals are handled. The Blue Badge is not a DWP payment, but it is closely linked to disability benefits, such as personal independence payment, attendance allowance, and the mobility component of Disability Living Allowance. If you automatically qualify now because you receive the enhanced rate of the mobility component of PIP, that automatic route still exists, but councils are under new guidance to recheck awards more closely at renewal. That means if your PIP award is time-limited, under review, or recently changed, your Blue Badge renewal may no longer be rubber-stamped. Councils are being instructed to confirm that the qualifying benefit is current, not pending, not under appeal, and not due to end within the renewal period. For people who qualify under the subject to further assessment route, which includes those with hidden disabilities, cognitive impairments, or conditions that severely affect their ability to plan or undertake journeys, evidence thresholds are becoming clearer and, in some areas, stricter. Medical letters, consultant reports, and occupational therapy assessments are increasingly requested, and councils are moving away from relying solely on GP summary notes. This doesn't mean genuine claimants lose out, but it does mean delays are more likely if paperwork isn't ready. And here's the open loop many people don't see coming. Councils are now more likely to check whether the same condition is declared consistently across DWP benefits, Blue Badge applications, and even vehicle tax exemptions. Inconsistencies don't mean automatic refusal, but they do trigger review. Now, why does this matter so much for pensioners and benefit claimants watching this? Because Blue Badge access isn't just about parking. It's about independence, access to healthcare, and daily life. And losing it even temporarily can cascade into missed appointments, increased costs, and reduced quality of life. And while this is happening, payments themselves are also under scrutiny, with exact amounts, eligibility, and timelines you need to know. Let's talk state pension first. As things stand, the full new state pension is $221.20 per week, which works out at around $11,502 per year based on current rates. The basic state pension for those who reached state pension age before April 2016 is up to $169.50 per week, depending on national insurance record. These amounts are subject to annual uprating under the triple lock, but entitlement depends entirely on your national insurance history. Here's where people get caught out. If your record has gaps, you might be receiving less than you're entitled to, and topping up voluntary contributions is still possible in many cases, but deadlines apply. Miss those deadlines and the chance to permanently increase your pension disappears. Winter fuel payment is another area causing confusion and anxiety. Historically, this payment has ranged from $250 to $600 per household, depending on age and additional cost of living supplements. The standard payment is $200 if you were born between certain qualifying dates and $300 if you were born earlier, with additional top-ups applied in recent winters. Eligibility is based on age and residency during the qualifying week, not income, but changes to how support is targeted have meant some people assume they're no longer eligible when they still are, while others expect it automatically and don't realize their circumstances have changed. If you've moved, changed household composition, or recently come into or out of certain benefits, you must ensure your details are correct with DWP, or the payment can be delayed or sent to the wrong place. Universal credit is another pressure point heading into 2026. The standard allowance for a single person aged 25 or over is currently $393.45 per month, with lower rates for under 25s and higher combined amounts for couples. Additional elements exist for housing, children, disability, and caring responsibilities. But universal credit is particularly sensitive to changes in circumstances. Earnings reported through PAYE, savings over $6,000, changes in rent, or household composition can all affect payments. What many people don't realize is that data sharing between HMRC and DWP is now near real time, meaning discrepancies are flagged faster than ever. That can protect against overpayments, but it also means mistakes are acted on quickly. If your income fluctuates or you've recently received a lump sum, such as a tax refund or inheritance, failing to report it accurately can result in a reduced payment or a pause while your claim is reviewed. Disability benefits are central to this conversation. Personal independence payment currently pays between $28.70 and $184.30 per week, depending on whether you receive the standard or enhanced rates of the daily living and mobility components. Attendance allowance pays either $72.65 or $108.55 per week, depending on care needs, and is not means tested. These benefits can unlock other support, including council tax reductions, carer's allowance for someone who looks after you, and automatic or easier access to a blue badge. But awards are often time-limited, and reviews are becoming more structured. If your award end date is approaching in 2026, you should expect reassessment paperwork, and delays in returning it can stop payments entirely until a decision is made. That's not a scare tactic, it's how the system works. HMRC payments also play a quiet but important role here. Tax refunds are usually issued within 2 to 6 weeks after a return is processed, either by bank transfer or check. But if HMRC data doesn't match DWP records, especially around income, pensions, or benefits in kind, payments can be held. This is particularly relevant for pensioners who have started drawing a private pension alongside the state pension or who have flexible retirement income. Keeping HMRC informed of changes isn't optional anymore, it's essential. So where does this leave you right now watching this? It leaves you with power if you act. The changes heading into 2026 aren't about cutting everyone off. They're about tightening systems, verifying eligibility, and ensuring support goes where it's meant to. But that only works in your favor if your information is accurate. Check your state pension forecast and national insurance record. Confirm your winter fuel payment eligibility, and ensure your address and bank details are correct. Review your Universal Credit Journal and report any changes promptly. If you receive PIP or attendance allowance, note your review dates and gather evidence early. And if you rely on a blue badge, check the expiry date now, not when it's already expired, and prepare supporting documents in advance. Here's the recap you need to remember. First, know your entitlements and exact amounts, whether that's $221.20 a week from the state pension, up to $600 in winter fuel support, monthly universal credit allowances, or weekly disability payments. Second, understand that 2026 brings stricter verification, especially for disability-related support like the Blue Badge, with closer checks and more evidence required at renewal. Third, keep your records aligned across DWP, HMRC, and your local council, because mismatches now trigger reviews faster than ever. And finally, act early. Check, update, and respond to letters and online requests immediately. That's how you secure your payments, protect your support, and avoid nasty surprises when you least expect them.